Yay, we are here. It is midweek mind-my-mind session. And today my question is very simply, why have a coach? Why do I have a coach? And I get it, right? The coaching world, especially if you see it online, can look really fucking annoying, right? We're just going to say it. It's fine. I'm with you. There's a lot of stuff out there that's just like, this and that and the other, and it sounds all wanky and horrible. So I thought, having really made use of my coach this morning, I was like, this is why I have a coach. Like, I have a coach because sometimes you just can't make a choice on your own. And I live on my own. I work on my own. I am the only one to be making those choices. But even if you are in a family, if you are the head of a big company, sometimes that can still be really bloody lonely, right? And having a coach, what it's done for me, let's get really practical here with just my tips that I've given you above. Number one, you need sometimes someone who is detached from your situation. So whether you are on your own or whether you are a part of a group, it helps to have someone who is not emotionally attached, who's not fiscally attached to the outcome of whatever it is you're talking about. Having someone who is detached and means that we move to number two, you have someone who can help remove your blinkers. I read a great post on LinkedIn by Mark Carolyn, who is a coach, the other day. It was about how we're all flat earthers. And in so much as, you know, the flat earthers have their perspective, right? This is it. No, the earth is flat. We all have that. We are all blinkered in some way, shape, or form. So having a coach helps you take those blinkers off, which of course widens your vision, gives you better peripheral vision. And sometimes you need more than a wider peripheral vision. Sometimes what you need is to be completely turned around to see something from another perspective. You might need to be turned upside down and given a bit of a shake. And I know that I do that for my clients, and I know that my coach definitely does that for me. And that also means that, you know, they're able to give you their experience. And I know that's for those people who are coaches. You might go, but if they're sharing their experience, that's not pure coaching. No, it's not. All right, fine. Sometimes what you need is a mentor. Sometimes you need someone to say, well, in my experience, X, Y, Z, or share their knowledge with you. Because we don't all have the same experience. And even when simply coaching, less when I'm doing more pure life coaching, that is about enticing the person to make their own mind up because you really know. But sometimes by having someone saying, well, you know, in my experience, X, Y, or Z, makes you know how you feel about that, because you are in that space of being shown the mirror. So you have someone showing a mirror to you. I just want to say, Cody, who is watching there on YouTube, I don't know what VUR means, so sorry. I'm not that. I don't know the shortcuts. So Cody, thank you. I think you're trying to help me with something, but I have no idea what VUR means. So there we go. So yes, so having a coach gives you that ability to have someone who is there for you, who is detached from your situation. Right? Not completely. I mean, my coach I've now been working with for 3 years, I think. So we have a really close relationship. And she does know me and she cares about me and she cares about the results that I get. But she's also not emotionally entangled in my world. And she's detached in so much as having a coach means there's someone who is not financially attached to your outcome or emotionally attached to your outcome. They're there to help you make the right decision for you. And in those cases of those of us who are at the head of our family or business or whatever it is that you are at the head of, that can be a really bloody lonely place to be. I have a friend who is a CFO. I've got a friend who's a CEO. I'm at that stage in life where I have friends who are C-suite people. And I know that they say, oh, you know, sometimes I just don't know what to do. And I know that they have coaches because they need someone to be able to confidentially, very important, right? And just be able to say, I'm not coping. Sometimes it's just, I'm not coping. Being able to say that to someone when you're the person who's meant to be in control gives you so much relief. It gives you that space of freedom. And sometimes having a coach, one of the most amazing things they can do, which a lot of people won't do to someone in a leadership position, whether, again, that's head of a community, head of a family, head of a business, is the coach will show the mirror. And I actually did this for a friend who, I'm not their coach, but I do work in their business quite a lot. So I see a lot of what goes on in their business. We were out at a social event and they said something to me, which is a big shift for the company, a massive shift. And this person's going to go in this role and this person's going to go in that role. And I said, are you open? Because a good coach will always ask you if you're not in coaching mode. Are you open if I just give you a little sort of kind of coachy reflection here? And they said yes. And I said, have you asked those people if that's what they want? And this person went, no. I said, just putting it out there, like, you're making this massive choice, big choice for my friend, big choice, huge choice for the company, and pretty huge choices for these other people. And they're going to do this and they're going to do that. And they just said it just hadn't crossed their mind. And actually, they sent me a text message earlier today saying, thank you for stepping up and being that person who'll say the things to me that no one else will say, because I just hadn't thought of it. So that is why I have a coach. That is why this morning, when I had the big financial decision to make, where I haven't got the money in my bank account at the moment, there is something on the horizon that should hopefully mean that I will. But the deadline for me to make this decision was yesterday. So it was yesterday I spoke to my coach, not this morning. And I was at that point, and part of her package is that you get emergency calls, right? I was just like, I need this emergency call. And I knew she was away in another country and having a bit of a break, but I was like, duh. I knew she was also working as well. If she'd been on a proper full holiday, I wouldn't have called. But it's that thing of having someone who you can just go, I've got this decision. I don't know what to do. It's making me squeaky, right? Clenching those butt cheeks because it brings up my beliefs. And it was really great. She just went, have you done this? Have you done that? What's it for? What's the purpose? Bish, bash, bosh, because she knows me. I then went away and did my energy work on it, or some of my weird hippie stuff. I sounded myself clear. I did some automatic writing. And I actually got to, because I'd had that opportunity of a 7-minute conversation with my coach. Right? This is the other thing with a coach, is especially when you have built that relationship, you don't need a whole hour. Sometimes just that 7-minute conversation, they know the questions to ask you to help you make the right decision for you. And for me, that was, what have you done? Have you done this on it? Have you done on it? So I did my energy work. I did the writing. I found out what the underlying belief, which is what coaches, the number one job of a coach, it helps you find those beliefs that you're working with and what's not working for you. And it's not about spending the money. And it's very rarely about the money. Like, it's not about the money. It's about what that represents. And actually, it's doing this thing means that, this and the other. So having had that 7-minute conversation with my lovely, lovely coach, who I will name check, Helena Helrick, and it just enabled me to make my choices, put my decisions on the line and go, actually, yes, I'm avoiding this because I'm avoiding these other things, not because of the money. So I made the choice to step up and take a course, which will hopefully open up my work to more people. So why have a coach? Because it gives you this feeling of, and being able to make those decisions, being able to make those choices, being able for you to make those choices. Coaches will not make choices for you. They just, our job, my job as a life coach is to help people make their own decisions. When you have a coach who's more specific, so Helena is my business coach, I am people's vocal confidence coach. These things always intermingle with our life, but especially when you have a coach who is more specific, who can help you find those really key elements, then it's about being able to have that feeling. You're creating that feeling every time you make that choice of knowing that, yes, this is the right choice. And I made that choice consciously. The ability to make conscious choices so that if in the future it doesn't work out, you don't then beat yourself up and go, oh, well, I should have done the other. I should have done this. You can go, no, actually, I talked this through with my coach and I made the choice because at the time this was the best choice for me. So it gives you present relief and it safeguards you from future regret. Oh my God, I didn't even know that. And one of these days, I'm going to remember to click my transcription thing so that I can have this as an article and keep these bits of genius. So there you go. That's what I'm going to leave you on today. Why have a coach? Because having the right coach for you, whether that is for something specific, and most coaches will do. So Helena is my business and life coach. Usually people come to me for vocal confidence or for finding their message, and then they stay with me for life stuff, right? Because when you have that relationship, it works. Sometimes you have separate coaches for different things. But there's the little nub that I am going to leave you with is when you have the right coach for you, they help you make the right decision for you to give you relief and confidence in the moment and future-proof regret, because when you come to it, even if it doesn't work out, that you're not going to fall into regret or self-flagellation and beating yourself up, because you will go, actually, no, I made a conscious choice. This was the right choice for me at that time. It hasn't worked out, so now I'm going to make another choice. But most of the time, if I'm honest, the choices I've made consciously that I've gone through the process with my coach have been the right choices. So there we go. That is why. That is my little mind session for this week. As always, I'll be back next week with something else, some other random topic that has happened before. And obviously, if you want to come and mine my mind, if you want to ask me questions, you can do that here. I would love to know what you've worked through with a coach, maybe that has been good for you. Leave it below so that people can see the variety of things that it impacts. And I would invite you to come and join me if you have questions for you. If you want to mine my mind and get questions to coaching, vocal confidence, sound healing, meditation, any of the stuff that I do, I have my free monthly Mind My Mind session on the first Monday of every month. And you can book that on my website, on my events page. The next one will be Monday, the 7th of March at 6:30 p.m. UK time, which is 7:30 in Europe. It's 1:30 in the afternoon on the East Coast of America. It's 10:30 in the morning on the West Coast of America, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for being here. If you have questions, you can post them below. Share your experiences, your positive experiences of having a coach if you wish. Or if you want to delve into my mind and ask me more questions in more depth later on, then the 7th of March is my next Q&A session. Take care, and I will see you next week for the Midweek Mine-My-Mind. Thank you for those who've been here live. Thank you for those who've watched the recording. I'll see you soon. Take care.